What's up, hipsters? This is Meg back with more Gen Z updates on the Country Hipster podcast. Now, before we start, I'd like to point out, every video to date, I've been wearing a different band t-shirt. Some of you may notice this is not a band. This is a music festival. Philadelphia Flaw is held at Nick's Roast Beef on Woodhaven Road in Philadelphia, second Saturday of May every year. There are a ton of fantastic local bands that play the event. They are listed on the back. It's too small of a font for you to be able to read in a video, but my band, the Natterjacks, typically plays. Paul's band, the Birmingham Six, typically plays. A handful of other fantastic groups, a lot of Irish dance groups perform, including my school, the Cummins School of Irish Dance. So if you find yourself in Northeast Philly, second Saturday of May, definitely check out the Philly Flaw. Back to business. Today we have episode 16, Manchester Orchestra, I'm Like a Virgin Losing a Child. This is definitely part of a Hot Topic soundtrack at some point. Absolutely had to have been. What I've learned so far from listening to all of these albums is that Adam really likes depressing music. Not to say that I don't also like depressing music, because I've really liked his picks so far. But more often than not, there's some note about a depressy kind of a vibe on the albums he's picked. Sorry. This band also has kind of a Death Cab for Cutie 21 Pilots kind of a feel mixed in with like a little bit of Linkin Park. I feel like a lot of their tracks also sound like they might be background music in a Grey's Anatomy episode. I'd be interested to hear more from them to see if that vibe is just this album or if it's like the band as a whole is just sad girl vibes. They have a very interesting range from like almost not quite screamo-ish to like Dashboard Confessional sounding super light sad, I hate the world, I'm gonna cry in my room kind of a sound. Overall for this album, 7 out of 10. Episode 17, The Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. I've never been a huge Beach Boys fan, and this did not do anything to change that. The hits are super catchy. I'm glad the album opened with Wouldn't It Be Nice. I also had the pleasure of hearing Beach Boys perform at Barefoot Country Music Festival this year, where they played Wouldn't It Be Nice just as I was walking into the festival for the day, so that was kind of like, oh, cool, it's beachy vibes. We're on the beach for a festival. Great, catchy song. But as soon as that track ended while I was listening to this album, we went right off the, oh, I guess we're doing this kind of a cliff immediately after it ended. Beach Boys harmonies are iconic, but it's definitely not something I'm going to intentionally put on again. They really lean into the fade out at the end of songs too, which I really don't like. I might be a little biased on that because of playing in a cover band where we then have to decide where do we end, because the track that we're used to listening to doesn't have a definitive ending and we have to just pick something and it's never consistent. And musicians, please pick a definitive ending for your songs when you're recording things. Save us the headache of trying to figure it out. Let's Go Away for a While was a useless track. It had no substance as an instrumental. You could have done so many more things with it, and you just didn't. Not a huge fan. 5 out of 10 for this one. Lastly, we have episode 18, The Cure, Disintegration. Are we sure this is the same band that plays Friday I'm in Love? Because it doesn't sound like it. It is a totally different sound from that song that I'm used to hearing. The first couple tracks sound very jam bandy, like almost Grateful Dead-ish sort of a feel. And oh my goodness, they are so long. All of them. I did note that Girls and Boys has a lot of very odd chord combinations. And I feel like this is probably what Good Charlotte built their Girls and Boys song off of. Some of them were so long that I had no idea where one started and one ended. They were long. Not a huge fan, 6 out of 10. I'm hoping that there's some other Cure album that I like better that's more like a Friday I'm in Love kind of a vibe, but not this one. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned for more updates.